Johnny Statement here for IrishBoxing.com, talking to Eddie Treacy again. It must be the first time in years, is it? Like, yeah.
When was the last show you done?
I think Cork.
Cork, yeah? 2019?
Yeah. Was it, 2019, yeah.
July 2019.
And that was probably your best performance, and that's mad, even just to start. It felt like you were ready to kick on then, wasn't it?
COVID came and put the brakes and everything, you know.
And so what made you come back then?
I just feel like a little bit more to give, Johnny, you know what I mean? I don't want to be, like I said up there, I don't want to be next year, 2 years saying, should I go back? Like, you've seen all the lads in now fighting for titles and having good fights, like, and knowing that you can get in there and you can compete with them lads. Like, I mean, a little bit more to give. I want to live on my terms, so it'd be good now to get back in and mix with all them, you know.
And is that the thing, like, when you were around, there was names that you were linked to or whatever, and there was fights maybe in the works, but now it just seems like there's way more names. It's like perfect era for someone like yourself, yeah?
When I want to keep busy, I want to fight everyone, you know, but like I said, when I was back then and I was getting eligible for titles, and there wasn't that many fighters signed, like, to see them out the fighters, professional fighters now, like, and like I said, Jay run the 6 shows next year, already penciled in, so there wasn't shows happening back then. It was like, you fight one show and you're like, when am I going to stay in camp, or when's the next show happening? So it's a lot of stop-start, you know. But like with these shows happening now, and a lot of fighters, everyone wants to fight each other now, so they should make some interesting fights, you know.
And when you say everyone, do you know the names you want? No.
You're always trying to get me the names off, aren't you? Like I said though, like I said in the interview today, I'm only back after 3 years out of the ring, so when I get back in the mix, like these lads have been active, a lot more active than I have, so I'm in no position to call them out. Like when I get busy and start pushing over 6 late rounders and say whoever has the title, I'm going to start mentioning names then and say, look, let's fight for the title.
And at what weight?
Middle. Like, I was light middle. Middle looking like now. But I'd do super middle. I'd be happy to do super middle once Jay's happy and Coach Mark's happy. Less weight for me to go. I walk around like heavyweight anyway.
Would you be confident you could? Because super middle is like middle is decent, but super middle is fairly sexy at the minute.
It is. That's exactly why I want to get involved in. You know? You see the mix of lads that are there, and you see the fights that are happening. And there's a lot of super middles, and there's a lot of good lads. I want to compete. Like, and I believe I'll be up there with some of them lads.
Have you ever sparred any of them boys? Or
I've sparred a few of them. Sparred a few of them.
And would you have your confidence again?
Yeah. Like I've sparred, like the majority of my career, I've always sparred heavy lads anyway. Like, my Coach Marks always gets heavy lads because I'm a bit of a punch, like, so I've never really sparred lads like, I mean, just for a move around basically, but like I've always sparred heavier guys anyway, like, you know, so I'd be comfortable. I had a couple of unlicensed fights at light heavyweight, 79, 80 kilo, like, so I'd be well able, like, you know.
Yeah. And can we ask, I don't know if you want to talk about the brain scan issue like that?
It was just because I was saying in previous interviews there, like, I usually get them done in Smithfield, all the medicals, and the last 3 or 4 I got them done there, but this one was sort of the last minute. I had 2 weeks to get it, and it was had to get to wherever clinic was available. So they said Tala was available, so I went there, done the interview there, or done the scan there, and they said, they rang the doctor back then 2 days later saying, there's an abnormality. Like. They couldn't compare the scans because that was the first time I'd done it in that clinic.
Oh, okay.
So they couldn't compare them to the last 3 previous, and then I had to go see a specialist to get signed off, because after you have an abnormality you have to get signed off by a specialist. So I couldn't get a specialist in that time frame for the fight. So I had to get pulled from that fight, and then even the second show that was on in November, I think, of last year, that was a televised fight as well. The plan was to fight for a title on that show, on a televised card, but obviously it didn't happen. But I went to see the specialist then in December, start of December, and he basically said...
So at that time, were you worried, or did you know it was an anomaly?
I wasn't too worried, you know, because, well, you don't know, like, I wasn't too worried personally, like, you know what I mean? Mrs. probably was now, you know what I mean? But I wasn't too worried. I was just sick that I missed out on 2 big cards, televised cards. It would have put me profile right up there, you know. But after seeing the special, I sort of knew that it was none, because I had a feeling it was none, like, you know what I mean? But like you said, you don't know. Went to see the specialist, and he said basically it's nothing, like, it's basically just a different opinion. He said it could have been like just the way your head is, you know. It's my rock solid head, like, but he basically said it's nothing. So I told him then, and obviously I'm not missing out on 2 fights, big fights. Basically just you should have kept it in the one clinic. They could have compared the scans, which turned out to be nothing. So look, it's just a bit of another setback.
You haven't had luck, had you?
I haven't had much luck, like, you know. I mean, COVID came, and then fights falling through and shows falling through, but look, back next year now, hopefully get stuck in.
And it seems set up though to change.
It does seem a lot more professional. Like you said, I signed with Jay in 2018, and when he started running show, when he was going to turn professional running shows, like, but I seen the way he's run show. He always puts, as you can see today, he puts everything into it. So I do. I'm confident now that the shows will come next year, and then I can get stuck in and show people what I'm about really, finally, and then bail out at the end of it.
With a title?
With a title, hopefully, even if I get the opportunity to fight for a title. Like I said in the interview today, I know my level. I'm not going to say I'm a world beater or whatever. I'm lacking technical ability I make up in just pure determination and grit, but no, hopefully get a title at the end of it. If not, I'm done regardless. I want to get fat then. Yeah. So I'm bailing out at the end of 24.
Any chance of bringing Rigo back?
Well, he's bare knuckle now, isn't he?
Yeah.
So yeah, well, I've seen him, he's back training now anyways. He's always training anyway, so if he could, you never know, could you? Have to ask him that question.
Nice, I will.
I think he seems interested enough in it, so, but he's mad for a scrap anyway, Regan, so should be a good question to ask.
Lovely, I appreciate it.
Thanks, Johnny.
Good to talk again.
You too,